Hey guys, this is my time trying to record this video again. Since I'm recording stuff, I just decided to go ahead and do my bike as well. I haven't seen too many reviews on Carbonda bikes on YouTube, so this one's mine. I've got the CFR696. It is the 2018 edition frame. 2019 and 2020 I think have just some slight adjustments on the reach. Might be a little bit closer, which actually would make more sense for such a small 49 centimeter frame. I'm 5'6", wingspan's 164, and I think my height is it 161? I don't remember. So for me, my torso and my legs are about the same, closer to being about the same. And so the fitment for me on this bike is a little bit, it's slightly too long for me. But I went to a bike fitter and she made some recommendations. So, thank you, Lauren. Yeah, in terms of the bike, it's been really good. I've been using it as a commuter. I do mostly, I would say like 80 to 90% road riding, 10% or so gravel riding, and some bike trails as well, more technical switchbacks, things of that nature. I am a newbie when it comes to mountain biking, so I've fallen, I've stopped a lot, so on and so forth, but it's been a lot of fun. Probably need some better tires, for that sort of thing. But anyways, onto the bike. Overall, the bike weight, I'm just going to tell you guys now because I don't know if sometimes people want to know first, but it's about 17.5 pounds without all that extra hardware, like the bike computer, so on and so forth, just the bike with no pedals as well. I got it set up on Ultegra hydraulic R8020. They're really good. If you guys have ever tried cable actuated disc brakes and then tried hydraulic disc brakes, it's a world of difference. And I don't have to worry about potentially my brakes not functioning because the cable came loose, which has happened before, which was terrifying on a different bike. I got it set up with SRAM Centerlock X rotors because they're super light and they look pretty damn cool. Front derailleur is a CX70 Shimano front derailleur, and I haven't set up that way because I had the GRX front derailleur before, and I didn't realize that it has the crankset has a 3mm offset difference from normal cranks. So basically, it wouldn't shift properly, and this was the cost-effective way of replacing it. Rear derailleur is the Shimano Ultegra RX800. It's more like a XT rear derailleur, but this one specifically for the road hood Ultegra shifters because it's got the right pull ratio. It has as you can see, it has a clutch built in, and as you can see, I've destroyed it because I slid out on the bike again. And but it still works great. On paper, it supports up to 34 tooth cassette, but I've actually ran up to a 1140 cassette in the rear, and it worked fine. Just had to push the B screw out a bit and have enough slack in the chain. I felt like my chain was a little too short, maybe, so it didn't shift the best, but it worked fine. I'm running an 1136 rear cassette. It is a SRAM PG 1170. I got lucky because people aren't terribly familiar with their PG cassettes, but this one's 1136 setup, and it weighs, the weight of this model cassette is basically comparable with any Ultegra cassette. I would say it's actually maybe a gram or two lighter than Shimano's comparable cassette. As for the wheels, these are also Carbonda. These are their 650B carbon wheels. Overall, I'm very happy with them. In terms of quality, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. It could have been better. There were some areas that seemed a little uneven on the carbon, but It's been a year and a half. I haven't had any issues with them. They haven't come out of true. I'm very, very happy with the setup. I got them built on Pillar 1420 spokes, which are basically comparable to the Sapin CX-Ray super light spokes. The hubs are Novatech hubs. I got the 411 for the front hub and the 412 for the rear. That's their generation of super light, their model of super light hubs as well. The wheel setup without tape or any extra hardware came in at approximately 1,350 grams. So that was super light, especially for the cost. As you can see, here's the frame. I got like a couple chips here and there and scratches, so on and so forth. Mostly more so from commuters that slam their bikes onto mine when it's on the bus. So if you're worried about damaging your bike and you're planning to use it mainly for just regular riding and not commuting, you're probably not going to end up with scratches or anything like I did. I'm running the Praxis Ziante Carbon crankset, 4832 chain rings, 165 millimeter arms. Works great. Reasonable price for a light product. Very strong, no issues, no creaking. Shimano M540 pedals. Carbonda was nice enough to include their seat post with it. It is a 2-bolt. There's one there, and then there's another hole here for the other bolt. Not the best design, but it works. It's been working pretty good overall for me. At 160 grams, I really can't complain that I didn't have to pay extra for it. This is the Specialized Power Arc Pro, I think, Elaston. Comes with titanium rails and their Elaston material on the saddle. Probably the most expensive saddle I've ever bought, but honestly, it's been fantastic. I've had nothing but praise from people regarding it, and so far, initially it was hard for me to ride on because I really wasn't a cyclist, but I'll ride on this thing for 40 minutes on the rollers with no issues. So, yeah. Let's see. That's an Amazon bottle cage because I got tired of breaking my carbon ones. That was $12 for a 19-gram bottle cage. It looks just like a Supercaz cage, as you can see, but this is Marquee brand. Got my SWAT stem cap, which has a chain breaker built in with a chain link in there as well, in case if I break the chain. Cane Creek headset, carbon spacers, generic 90 millimeter stem that I actually got from REI. This is the quad lock. This is the quad lock mount for my phone. The reason I got it is because sometimes I do use the navigation on the phone, or if I play music, so I'll just leave it on my bike because I don't want to pocket it. Here's my Garmin 530 computer. Ritchie GoPro mount for universal GoPro mount for most stems. Works really good in case if you guys are looking for something like this. I got this Garmin out front mount from a website called Shapeways. The designer is MagCAD. That's what he goes by. Great product. It's basically a 3D printing website. He just has a store on there and you just order the products, whatever you decide to get. He makes all kinds of out front mounts from Garmin to Wahoo style mounts. As you can see, there's another GoPro mount here, and then my light just mounts to the out front mount itself. I'm running Supercaz bar tape. Has been super durable until I slid out the other week, and I messed myself up pretty good too. It shredded the tape on this side, but prior to that, from like just random falls where you're at a standstill, I've had my tapes get torn up. My bar tapes get torn up, but this stuff is not cheap, but I'll tell you right now, it's very durable. Totally worth it. This is the oil slick color with the quote unquote fade. It's not really a fade, it just changes. I guess it is a fade kind of. But totally worth the money. Got whiskey handlebars. They're carbon line. It is a 24 millimeter flare, as you can see here. They do flare outwards. They're fantastic. Weighed in around 213 grams, and they have a 116 millimeter drop and I think a 68 millimeter reach. My old bars were a 80 millimeter reach, and when I got fitted, she recommended I get bars with slightly shorter reach. So I went ahead and did that. Got a slightly longer stem, strangely enough. And funny enough, it actually made the bike notably more stable and pretty comfortable, oddly enough. I didn't expect the fact that a slight reach difference in that setup would change it that much, but pretty happy. The head tube is a 70.5 degree angle. The fork is a 395 millimeter axle to crown with a 50 millimeter rake. Wheelbase on the bike is approximately 1020 millimeters. It's technically long for a road bike, but for me it rides pretty good. It's a little twitchy still. For me, for some reason, excuse me, it's a little twitchy, and I don't really know why, because when I was leaning into a turn the other day and I just totally slid out. That's when I destroyed the bar tape, so on and so forth. But yeah, that was the only time I've had a bad accident. Well, semi-bad accident. Still came out of it pretty good in one piece, so on and so forth. I think I've pretty much gone over the entire bike. It's been about a year and a half. I put about 2,000 miles on it. It works great. You know, I've got a light commuter bike that, you know, lets me have fun on the weekends. As you can see, I have the rollers here too that I ride on it with. Sorry about the cardboard, my floor is uneven, so yeah. If you guys have any other questions about the bike, how my experience was, because my experience with Carbonda overall, I spoke with Adam, was fantastic. I have nothing to complain about. Everything was reasonable. He got me my wheel set up exactly like I wanted. Frame set size. Yeah. Oh, the Carbonda also offers paint jobs. So if you want us to pay a little bit extra, they're not ridiculously expensive. I've seen people do like a chameleon paint color or just a solid paint color. It's just that, if you've seen the chameleon, it's kind of like my my handlebar tape, where different angles, when the light hits, it'll change color. Super cool. Kind of wishing I did that before, but too late now. Yeah, but the experience with Carbonda was fantastic. Adam was super helpful. I don't know if he's one dude or just a bunch of people using the same email to respond, but my experience with them was great. The frame came in less than a month after I ordered it, and yeah, overall the headset drops right in. When I ordered the bike, it had it was an English bottom bracket design. Right now, I think they only do press fit, but you can always ask them and see if they have it. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. The bike ride's good. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will respond to it as soon as I can. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future videos like my soon-to-be Waltley titanium bike that's coming in.